What's going on, everyone? TJ Fitness Daily News Reviews, and together with me today, the much anticipated review of Anti-Hero Labs DMAA. 100 milligrams of DMAA, or so they say. Listen, people, I'm gonna take you through the label of this thing. It's not gonna take us a long time. This is not a very long label, but then I'm gonna share with you my personal experience using this one over almost a week and a half. And then right towards the end of the video, as usual on this channel, I'm gonna give you my final verdict. Should you really care about this one versus the other alternatives out there for steam junkies like yourselves? Let's get right into it. Okay guys, so listen, Anti-Hero Labs Venom is one of these pre-workouts that are out there that are saying that they have DMAA, even though, as you know, the FDA has banned DMAA. Actually, since then, the FDA has also banned DMHA. That's why you're gonna say goodbye to all of my top 10 steam junkie pre-workouts that I reviewed a couple of months ago or a couple of weeks ago, depending when you're seeing this review. Link below to that top 10 list. Anyway, listen, Anti-Hero Labs, I think that this is their only product out there. I'm not sure. Maybe yes, maybe not. It's not. I mean, this company doesn't have a site that, at least that I could find. There's not a lot around them. I guess because they're walking the gray line. Really gray area. Actually, it's not a gray area. It's a black and white area. No DMAA is allowed, but they have a product that at least says DMAA. One thing I'll give them is that this thing actually looks legit. Like, as far as the labeling, the packaging, the design, this looks legit. Now, DMAA, DMHA, listen, I want to be very open right up front, right? Like Mesomorph DMAA, Jack DMAA, all of these DMAA products, which were really great. I mean, some of them I really liked. I've never felt a huge difference between a DMAA product and like a good DMAA product and a good pre-workout and a good DMHA pre-workout. Like I still have here Assassin Undefeated or Unleashed or whatever it's called, the DMAA version of Assassin. Great product. I really like it. If you would give me that one and the new Assassin, the latest version, which is on my top of my Steam Junkie pre-workout list, and you ask me to choose, I mean, it really depends. Like Assassin, the new one, gets me in the zone and keeps me there forever and ever. Assassin Unleashed, the original one, maybe had a bit of a mood elevation element, but honestly, both of them are great. And it's not like or Ares or Mesomorph. I would probably go with Ares Titanium, like, honestly. So from a mood elevation and just general energy. So I didn't like feel like a huge loss when DMAA went away. I know that there's all sorts of like, people crying and like mourning for like since the DMAA went away. I think that a good DMAA product is on par with a good DMHA product from a Steam Junkie perspective. Anyway, I digress. So this one is a DMAA, and if definitely, I don't think like in 6 months from now you're going to see any product with DMAA on them. Even the retailers are really afraid that the FDA is going to come there and like freaking kick their butt and take them out of business. So I think everyone is going to just, I mean, this is the last one. But I don't think it's going to be there. Anyway, let's look at the label here. So you have about 8 grams per scoop, 8.2. The Spider Venom formula, 7.7 grams. So there's not a lot of flavoring here, about half a gram. Then you have beta-alanine as the first ingredient, so that's going to get you the tingling. Agmatine sulfate, that's the only pump ingredient here. It's interesting from a pump perspective. It's not a lot. Caffeine, only 250 milligrams of caffeine, so it's not a lot of caffeine in this one. If you're used to like this, Assassin 600 milligrams of caffeine, 250 is definitely on the lower end, definitely for like a Steam Junkie pre-workout. Then you have L-Norvaline, that's going to help you with pumps also a bit, with vasodilation. You have 1,3 DMAA, 100 milligrams. That's a lot of DMAA, by the way. If there is 100 milligrams of DMAA here, and I didn't test it, and honestly, like, with all of these, I would say borderline type pre-workouts, you never know how much really is in it and what's in it. And I've heard all sorts of crazy stuff. And so 100 milligrams of DMAA, I mean, for example, I think Mesomorph, APS Mesomorph had 70 milligrams or 75. Synephrine, HCl, they actually don't say how much synephrine. And then choline, so synephrine is going to help you with energy also. Choline, which is really strange, because if this is according to order like the FDA requires you to, even though I'm not sure this follows any FDA rule, then there's less choline than synephrine, which wouldn't make any sense, by the way. Just wouldn't make any sense. I mean, so let's ignore the choline. Hordenine, I really like hordenine. By the way, it's on the FDA warning list now. Not banned by warning, and it's gonna go away also very soon. Which is really that one really sucks. I get why the others like DMHA, DMAA, if you're following rules, that one really sucks. Anyway, hordenine, which is gonna help you with focus, with that feeling of good mood elevation, together with a combination of DM something and caffeine and synephrine. And then they have ephedra extract. So I'm assuming that this is not the ephedra that got banned, because that's actually super hard to find. Different from DMAA, which you can get on the gray market. I'm assuming that that's the other alkaloids. Anyway, but you don't know really, because they don't say what it's standardized to. Anyway, expect stimulants. That's what you should expect. Listen, let's get into the experience, because labels are just labels. And definitely when it's like this, gray area. The flavor I have here is Antidote. So it's a really interesting, it's a very mild flavor, and it has sort of a coconutish aftertaste. It's solid, and even if you don't like coconut, just mix it with 10 ounces of water and you won't even feel the flavor at all. It's okay. It's okay. I did see some reviews that people tasted other flavors and they suck, but the Antidote one is okay. Flavors, who cares really, but it's not bad. Anyway, let's get into the experience. It takes it about I think 30 minutes, like a good 30 minutes to peak, right? So when you take it, you're not gonna feel a lot in the first 10 minutes, except the beta-alanine tingling, which I'll touch on in a second. But it takes it about 30 minutes to get to the peak. So I would say when you buy this, if you buy this, just make sure that you take it more than usual before your workout. I'll tell you the downside of that in a second. Then as far as the actual energy, it takes, like I said, 30 minutes, and then the mood elevation, the good energy, and it actually continues to go up, which is really interesting. I take my words about peak. It's takes 30 minutes and then it continues to slowly go up, and then 45 minutes, 50 minutes into your workout, you're saying, okay, I'm gonna continue. Very good mood elevation, very good energy. It's not crazy energy, it's not rage, in my top 10 Steam Junkie pre-workouts, this would fall into the motivation and mood elevation type pre-workout, right? This is what it would fall into. And I really like the feeling. And I've seen some reviews out there, and I know some people didn't feel a lot. I think everyone that touched it felt the mood elevation. There were some people that said that they didn't get more than mood elevation, they didn't get the energy. Some people totally loved it. I really like it. In my top 10 Steam Junkie pre-workout, this would fit into the mood elevation and motivation category. Like I said, I think I don't know if it's DMAA or DMHA or whatever there is in here. This thing feels good. You're gonna like the experience with this one. The only downside I had, and I don't know if it's gonna be consistent with everyone, because this is actually an area where you get very different reactions from different people. The beta-alanine tingling, which I really like, I love beta-alanine tingling, is crazy intense with this one. I don't know if you ever had a pre-workout where you literally feel almost your elbows itching from the beta-alanine effect. Usually it happens to me when it's a combination of beta-alanine and niacin in a pre-workout. This doesn't have niacin, at least it doesn't say that it has niacin, and I definitely felt it. So the beta-alanine tingling, at the first 20 minutes, and this is really interesting because I told you to take it a bit earlier, you're gonna feel the beta-alanine coming in and that itchiness almost before the energy comes in. So that's a bit funky. But if you can handle it, I really think you're gonna enjoy this experience. And if you've never had DMAA before, or you missed the DMAA and you assume that there's DMAA here, and you wanna see how that feels, I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. This feels very good. And I really like the fact it's a low steam option, right? 250 milligrams, if you're trying to sort of, not go off Steam Junkies, but you go off 400 milligrams of caffeine, then 250 milligrams of caffeine is not gonna, it's a low steam option. Really like it. Mood elevation on point, energy on point, not super long lasting. This is not gonna last you for 2-3 hours, but an hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym, yes, not beyond that. And no crash, no nothing. I felt really good, no side effects whatsoever. Beta-alanine tingling, if you like it, you're gonna totally love the beta-alanine tingling on this one. It's super intense. And as far as the pumps, it's nothing to write home about, but honestly, at the end of the day, you're buying this for the stimulant effect. So overall, I really like this one. Again, I would say mood elevation, motivation. If this is what you're looking for in a pre-workout, I think you're really gonna like that. Listen, people, As far as where you can find it, you can really only find it on a couple of sites. I think like on Ruesco is the one that I got this from, and they're selling all sorts of crazy stuff. So I'm gonna link below to the price comparison page and the coupons page on Fitness Dinners. You know, we don't sell anything anyway. We're just finding the best deals from all over the web so you can save money. I'm gonna link below so you can see if you wanna grab some before it's gone. And I'm gonna link to it below. Listen, people. If this video was helpful in your DMAA or Venom Anti-Hero Labs pre-workout decision-making process, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to see more reviews like this, because you know, people, this is exactly what you should expect from our review here. I'm going to tell you exactly what to expect and what to not expect from anything that I review. And if you want to save money, you go to fitnessdinners.com. We don't sell anything, we just help you save money.